Flag is up there. Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, this meeting has been posted in all normal posting places. We've got the approval of the agenda. We will not have our showcase.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda and then that we remove the student showcase. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, then say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Okay. Well, we are on to the minutes. Monday, December 17th, January 14th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of Monday, December 17th at 7 p.m. open session and Monday, January 14th at 7 p.m. closed session.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion made and seconded. Are there any additions or corrections? Okay, all in favor, then say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's approved. We've got the financial report and bill listing.
Okay, voucher listing for December 12th, 2018 through January 21st, 2019. General funds, payroll, check number 553717 for $83.11. Checks numbers 5537118 through 553720 for $643.38. Next, direct deposits numbers 9000482009 through 90004819 for $153,337.88. Next, direct deposit numbers 90004820 through 90004826 for $136,111.21. And direct deposit numbers 9000482427 through 9000485534 for $147,841.23. Next, wire transfers for payroll liabilities. Wires numbers 201800158 through 201800189 for $381,820.61. For total payroll of $819,838.52. Next, accounts payable. Checks numbers 53355 through 53424 for $210,024.22. Then AP wire transfers 201800152 through 201800194 for $19,496.09. Next, credit card transactions 1120 through 1220 for $33,079.50. Next, ACH direct deposit numbers 181900097 through 181900115 for $1,367.50 for a total accounts payable of $263,967.31. Total disbursements then of $1,083,805.83.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Approval of the financial report and bill listing. Are there any questions, concerns? All in favor, then say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. We're on to delegations to be heard, and Ryan has asked to speak to us.
I think that's a no. That's an N.
That's an N.
Oh, you didn't check. Okay.
Can you tell by his face?
Come on.
Voting like someone.
Let's check. So we have no delegations to be heard then. Okay, then we are on to District Administrator's report. We have donations to accept.
Yep, we got 2 donations. Special thank you to the Earl family, owners of Lake 5, mobile station, $500 from Condon Oil for the mobile education grant for the primary school. And secondly, thank you to the Dufek family, $500 from the AbbVie Employee Giving Campaign, and that will be going to the intermediate schools. So just looking for a motion to approve the donations as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the donations as presented. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor, then say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. To personnel actions, we have resignation.
Yep.
Number 2 here.
We have two. We have Mr. Budish's letter of resignation. He has informed the district that he would like to retire. I wouldn't like to retire, but he's going to retire. So we'd like to thank Mike for his 23 years of service, October of 1996. So again, the only principal the primary school really has known. So Mike, thank you very, very much for all of those years. So just looking for a motion to approve the resignation of Michael Budish effective June 30th, 2019.
I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of Michael Budish effective June 30th, 2019.
I'll second.
With a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor, then say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried.
We do have one more resignation.
Getting a good applause. Thank you.
Nice golf clap, thank you.
Nice golf. Also, in front of you is a letter of resignation from Brenda Jones, our district literacy coordinator. She has submitted her letter of resignation effective Friday, February 22nd. She has taken on a new opportunity to go back into the classroom. So would like to thank Brenda for her 2.5 years of service and all of the work and commitment that she has given to our district and our students these last 2.5 years. So just looking for a motion to approve the letter of resignation from Brenda Jones as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the resignation of Brenda Jones as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor, then say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. We're on to information.
This evening, due to the weather and things, getting everybody kind of back, we were planning on doing a update. Actually, that's later in the reports and facility, but we're not going to be doing that this evening. So no information to be shared this evening.
Okay, committee reports. We've got the Finance Committee.
Yes, we met on January 24th, and we went over quite a variety of things. First, we discussed the early 1920 budget assumptions, and I know all of you have seen this document. It was shared prior. So we just kind of reviewed that, and we talked a little bit about Governor Evers' budget. We're actually hearing it's not going to be expected to come out until October of 2019. So it's going to be quite a bit after our fiscal year begins. So we will keep revising this, and as we come into more information as what our actual healthcare costs are, what the salary increases are, we'll keep fine-tuning this. And what was presented, of course, was the worst-case scenario with back to the very basic, without any of the governor, any additions that he might be adding. So we just talked about that briefly. And then I shared, there's been a lot of talk. There's the Blue Ribbon Commission report, and that's on school funding. And that was put together with various legislators and public input over the last year. They traveled around the state, and the Legislative Fiscal Bureau put together this report on the recommendations. And they actually provide information on what they recommend in each of the various categories that were significant to school officials. So from that, it's a big work in process, or it was a big work in process, and Governor Evers has said that there are things in there that we'll see in his budget when it comes out, but there's a lot of things to go over. And then we did talk about some of the items within that. There are per pupil adjustments to the revenue limit is a big one, and then also per pupil categorical aid is another direction you can go. And for Merton, it is better for us to receive the categorical aid if you're you're ever talking with any legislators, because that money we actually receive a set dollar amount. New revenue added to our revenue limit because we have declining enrollment and so many exemptions, we'll lose a lot of that money. So in our circumstance, that is what is best for our district. Of course, with the categorical aid, that would not affect taxes, whereas any new revenue to the revenue limit will increase property taxes. And if that does happen, taxes go up, you'll probably see less referendums passing in the future. So we just talked about some big picture and how it looks when it affects Merton. Then I shared with everybody the SS school level reporting of the budget for the 18-19 data. This was a requirement for all of the school districts to do for the federal government. First time ever put through. So with that, I also ran a report showing the different area districts just to make sure we were kind of in line and we're looking really good with all of our budget numbers. The important numbers to take out of it for our Merton Primary School, our total per pupil expenditure is $10,836. For the intermediate school, it's $11,677. So this information is not 100% finalized at this point. Some of it can still change. They're expecting to actually publish this in March after the DPI contacts any districts who look way out of the boundaries. And with that, it's important to know why our number is different, and it's very, very easy to see based on our salaries. It's almost that exact amount. We have higher salaries and benefits at the intermediate school than we do at the primary school. So the difference is very easy to explain, and that's something that's important that we're able to talk about. All right. And then we went on to talk about our quarterly financials. We're halfway through the year at this point. So the financials were through December of this year. And everything is looking really good. Our revenue side, we talked a little bit about, it's interesting that we've only received about 17% of our revenue so far, and that is normal. That is just the timing because property taxes don't start coming in until January and after that. And then also we've only received about 39% of our equalization aid. So the two areas where we receive the most of our funding from still are to come. So it's pretty much the same as last year, but it's just kind of interesting to look at the timing of how that comes. And then on the expense side, we're looking really good for that. Our salaries and benefits were right about 40-43% of the expenses, which is what you want to see. Even though we're halfway through the district, the teachers still will be paid throughout the summer, and that'll come back into this fiscal year. So I don't want to see that number at 50% because that would mean we're way overspending. So we're our biggest expense, we're looking really well budgeted out there. And overall, we've spent about 40% total of the budget. And that's largely due to our salaries and benefits. We did talk a little bit about our bond rating, and that is at AA-, which is considered a high grade. So that's wonderful according to the S&P and Moody's. So we just talked a little bit about some of the factors that influence your bond rating, but most important is that's what will determine the type of interest rate you will receive if you ever do go out for a bond. We also did talk about the CPI, and that has come in at that 2.44%. So that's an important number when we talk in the future here about the salaries. And then, what else do I have on there? Oh, I have to say, January membership count, really important. For that one, that came in, our head count for 4K through 8th grade, we went up 7 students. We went from 841 students to 848 students. And then if you translate that into the FTE, we went up 5 FT. We went from 761 to 766. So we had a slight increase from September to January of this year. And then the last thing I provided were just some district count comparables that the Baird organization put together. And you'll see those a lot when I do the budget presentations. I like to compare to the surrounding school districts, but they went a little bit further. And they included like Kettle Moraine in there, Guanaco, Waukesha. So you could kind of see a broader picture if you add Arrowhead with our feeder school, just where we're at. So there were a couple different things to look through. It's always fun to compare yourself to other districts. So that was our meeting. Do you guys have anything to add, over Kris or Ron?
No, I think you covered it. It was just a lot of areas.
A lot of information, yeah. It was really good.
From the Student Achievement Committee side, we met on the 8th of January to talk about teacher technology skills and development. But basically, we took a look at some more details about what our current reality is and where we want to move to the future about our teacher technology skills. So I do believe this week we'll be sending out a survey, basically a self-reflection of teacher skill set to kind of inform us what they might need some more development on. And then we'll use that information to then start to develop a professional development plan moving forward in the area of technology. The other piece that we met was we talked about exploring possible increase to 7th and 8th grade elective opportunities. Basically that looked at do we want to carve out some additional time in the 7th and 8th grade schedule to add an elective or to replace or to put some of those required opportunities such as ACP or financial literacy. The team, obviously we met several times, talked to several teachers and things, and at this time we are going to pause on the development of a new Explore elective period and kind of kick it back to the 7th and 8th grade team, and Jay will lead that conversation about what that might look like moving into the future, about how can we possibly utilize the current opportunities we might have in our elective time and draw some more of our staff into that time too as well. So more to come on that, but at this time we're going to pause just based on the reduction of core content time as well as possible stress put onto additional workload onto the teachers at this time. So we're going to pause that at this time.
Are you getting any pressure from parents looking for more opportunities for their kids?
No, not at this time. I know just from a 5th and 6th grade level, we have a lot of different opportunities. And when we take a look at our current 7th and 8th grade electives, they focus around art, music, and STEM. So just trying to elaborate past that. But no, no one is kind of knocking down the door saying, why don't we offer more? So just trying to get some more opportunities, as well as that commitment to the core time with the ACP and the financial literacy and some of those things too. So that's from the Student Achievement Committee. From a facility standpoint, we did meet with some village leaders on Monday the 21st to take a look at stormwater. Over the past couple years, we've had some pretty severe big water events, ultimately kind of culminating with frozen ground, snow, and water. So the village has obviously taken a lot of phone calls, and we've obviously been involved with some of those phone calls. So they asked the engineering firm to take a look at what the current reality is and kind of take a look and see what some of the proposed solutions might be to stop this from occurring. So ultimately, we want to be good partners with the village, and we will continue to work with them. We are going to be following up with the village as it relates to what the approved retention pond design and size was back in 2001. Because one of the concerns was the retention pond that was proposed to be dug and to be created was not quite created the way it was supposed to. So we're going to dig into that a little bit. And the other idea that came up is possibly the dry well that is there may not be operating properly. And so we are going to be kind of looking into possibly digging that dry well up and just replacing it with the current with new rock and things, because there could be silt that could be freezing in there and creating like a tabletop surface, not allowing the water to go down the way it's supposed to. So more to come on that, and John is going to continue to work with the village, and we'll continue to work with the village, but John is going to be contacting some excavating contractors who do this and kind of get their opinion too. So more to come on that. If we were to do something back there with the dry well, it seems like in the winter would probably be the best time to do it, to eliminate some obviously muddy landscaping, getting big trucks back there. We can do that while the ground is frozen. That would be ideal. So more to come, but again, hopefully we'll have something to report back to the board in February from that standpoint too.
And I came away from that though, that the engineer for the village, this was really, really preliminary.
Yes.
For him, he hasn't gotten very deep into it.
Right, right.
So, the village could be a long ways off.
Yeah, and the other piece though is speaking of the village, and it was clear, and they take responsibility on it too, because it's not just the school district's water that goes into that retention pond. Basically all the houses around, and we've got some pictures that'll prove that we've got a lot of water runoff coming from Huntington and some of the other homes too. So this would be a collaborative project with whatever direction we go to. But yes, very preliminary, and that's why we want to kind of get this rolling to see what we can do to be good stewards of the community as well.
We can't get ahead of the village, so
So, no,
sometimes little,
doesn't move so fast sometimes.
not moving too fast. Right.
So for updates and reports, we were just going to pause that for this month, and we'll get back to that next month.
So we're not gonna do anything with the principals?
No principal reports too. We'll just get
You guys will come. Okay.
That just tells me they make the reports on Mondays, and they can come and
I have a report.
You did your homework?
John and Jim, I must supply you with their emails. We want to make sure they're ready.
Mr. Spindler, see you after class.
Okay, so we're on to new business then. We've got the final reading of the open enrollment policy.
Yeah. Last year, we took a look at, review last month, did some reviews, and again, the proposed changes just reflect current open enrollment status in the state of Wisconsin. So the administration is recommending the board make a motion to approve board policy 604 or 6004.1, the open enrollment policy as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve board policy 6004.1, open enrollment policy as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion, questions, concerns? All in favor, then say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion's carried. Now we're on to the 2019-20 open enrollment seat allocation.
Okay, so every year per the state statute, each school board in the state of Wisconsin looks at their enrollment and sets open enrollment seats. Very similar to last year, we said unlimited to 4K through 7th grade. One of the reasons driving that home was the idea that the alternate open enrollment policy a year ago changed, that if you would set seat allocations, students no longer are able to access alternate open enrollment into the district after the third Friday count in September. So what you see is an unlimited for each of the areas. As an administrative team, we met, and there were some caps that we could have recommended right around 4, 5, and 6, but in talking to our administrative team, talking to Barb Emmerich, our open enrollment coordinator, we have plenty of room, and typically we have not met those maxes. We've met maxes at 3 and 4, typically in the past, and a lot of times that's been district residents who move out of the district and want to maintain their status. This year, instead of, we can continue that alternate open enrollment. So ultimately, the board has, or the administration is recommending unlimited for 4K through 7th grade and 8th grade, capping it at 7, just to control that number at 8th grade, as there's not many alternate open enrollments from a K-8 standpoint that way too. So the other piece to open enrollment is not just only regular education seats, but special education seats. Lori Larson goes through all of the calculations per the state statutes, and we have indicated in our recommendation that the cross-categorical component of our special education program, we have 2 seats open at 8th grade based on caseload numbers and things like that. So all the other caseloads are filled according to our calculations. For speech though, any child who comes in with a speech IEP, we have room for plenty of speech students. So at this time, I guess the administration is recommending a motion to approve the 2018-19 open enrollment seat allocations as follows. We just need to read each one of those allocations.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2018-19 open enrollment seat allocations as follows. 4K unlimited, 5K unlimited, 1st unlimited, 2nd grade unlimited, 3rd grade unlimited, 4th grade unlimited, 5th grade unlimited, 6th grade unlimited, 7th grade unlimited, 8th grade 7, cross-categorical special education 2 at 8th grade only, speech only across the district, unlimited.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
So just to understand that, for the cross-categorical, that means we don't have any seats available for K through 7
Correct. For K through 7.
for open enrollment.
For open enrollment with a student with an IEP, when we say cross-categorical, that would mean ID, which is intellectual disabilities, reading, mathematics, behavioral,
Okay.
EBD, as well as emotional, cognitive, and things like that too. So, except at 8th grade, given the caseloads. Because when we take a look at the primary school, those caseloads are filled, and 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, they have quite large numbers at those grades. But at 8th grade, we felt that we could handle 2 students with IEPs.
Any other questions? All in favor, then say aye.
Aye.
All the same sign. Motion's carried. We're on to the 6603 agreement with Elmbrook.
Every year, local school districts contract with Elmbrook for unique special education services, basically focusing around deaf and hard of hearing as well as vision. We have been part of this cooperative with the 6603 for as long as I can remember, and even in my prior district, contracting with Elmbrook. So you can see the attached agreement. Basically, we are looking to continue all of the students receiving those services. We'll be back the following year. And obviously, Elmbrook just needs to plan for their staffing as well. So looking for the board to make a motion to approve the 6603 agreement with the Elmbrook schools for special education services for the 1920 school year.
I'll make a motion to have the 66.03 agreement with Elmbrook Schools for special education services for the 2019-20 school year.
Also.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion, questions? All in favor, then say aye. Aye. All the same sign. Motion's carried. Okay, we're on to future meeting and agenda items.
February 25th is the last Monday of February. Does that still work with everybody? Okay, yeah, so good with that one. And then obviously we'll be posting a quorum, but no business to occur during the principal interviews on March 4th and 6th, as well as March 12th. With that too as well. And then with spring break being the last week in March, looking at March 18th being the regular scheduled board meeting for March. So,
The agenda items.
Yes, for the February, could we revisit kind of where we are from a safety procedure standpoint?
sure.
Update that the doors, kind of where we're at with the intermediate school. And then
Sure.
some of the other things that we've talked about, like cameras or.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. We can give a full update to the board.
Is the board on the 12th, the 4:45, that's the correct time?
There was a 5 o'clock start
Okay.
with the interviews, and I know, Phil, we were still kind of hanging out, that's kind of tentative out there. But 4:45 would be the, let's gather together 15 minutes ahead of time, just to make sure we're good to go with that.
So we need to have that on the agenda
Yep.
for the 25th, so we need to get together
Sure, we can add that to the facility meeting, sure.
before that 25th meeting.
Okay, that's no problem. Yeah, we'll be scheduling a facility meeting, we've got lots to talk about.
Okay, is there any other items? Someone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, then say aye.
Aye.
All the same sign. Meeting's adjourned.